Dishonored as a game series has always been one of my favorites ever since I got the chance to play it. The game takes place in a sort of cyber Victorian era world where we play as our protagonist, Corvo. As the game begins, we learn that Corvo is the bodyguard to the Empress of a town named Dunwall. As we start the game, we learn that we have just come back from an expedition to potentially find a solution to the tiny plague problem that has been going on recently, which, similarly to the Black Plague in our real world, has been caused by some nasty little rats, which somehow ended up turning people into glorified zombies, or weepers as the game calls them. These zombies act as your stereotypical zombie would, except they're British. Our precious daughter, Lady Emily, comes rushing to find us to play a game of hide and seek, which I obviously decline because I'm a grown man who doesn't have time for childish "you're never gonna find me." On the way to find the Empress, we run into multiple characters, which will become important later, and I will explain when the time comes. We find the Empress talking to a very bald and menacing looking man, who we'll call Voldemort until I no longer feel like it. He is a little angry that we showed up 2 days early and walks off menacingly. Well, we get to chatting it up and we get ambushed by sneaky teleporting ninja guys and we totally kick their ass. Oh, she got murked. The sneaky teleporting ninja guys sneakily teleport away after murking our girl and kidnapping our daughter and whoops, we're off to prison to get murked too. After sitting in timeout for a while and doing what we do best, we get our slot for the evening. Looks like someone gave us a key to escape. What a coincidence. After being a super cool sneaky guy, we break out of prison and find our boy Sammy waiting on the SS shithole. This is going to be the way that we enter and leave missions in the future. Now we're off to find the guys that set us up. We get introduced to the Loyalists, and they'll be our gang in this story. This is where we come back to after the end of every mission, and where we can go to our boy Pierre for some cool items and upgrades. Coming in from escaping prison and fighting ninjas, Corvo has recently earned some sleep, and I'm sure that we'll have an exciting day tomorrow, and we've been drugged. Actually, no, we haven't been drugged. We've been visited by the one they call the Outsider, who acts as a sort of higher power, god or demon, whichever one you believe, that gives us magical powers to teleport and stuff like the ninja dudes from earlier. The next day, we awaken thinking, damn, that was a crazy dream. And we look over and realize, holy shit, that wasn't a dream. We go downstairs to talk to the guys, who inform us that it is our mission to go find the High Overseer and show him what gives. This is where the sim aspects of Dishonored come into play. See, in this game, you get to choose how you play, which corresponds to how the world ends up after you make your decisions. As Corvo, we get to choose whether we want to be a super cool badass assassin who doesn't take shit from nobody, or we can be a pacifist. On the way out, we get stopped by a woman whose uncle is on city watch, and she asks us to save him. We break our way into the Overseer's compound and either brand his face to show everyone he's a bad guy, or we can just kill him. I think branding might be a good option. We find Sammy back at the boat and head on our way back home to continue our journey of getting our revenge. If you've made it this far, I would love it if you would leave a like on this video and subscribe, as it's free. Only if you're enjoying the video, of course. Okay, let's get back to the video. We find out from the Loyalist that Lady Emily is being held at the Golden Cat, aka the House of Pleasure. Why is this child being held at a brothel? Anyways, we're also there to take out the Pendletons, or as we're gonna call them, the Island Boys. We arrive and see exactly what you would expect to see at a brothel. We make our way through this House of Pleasure and find one of the brothers getting his groove on with a woman, which we quickly put an end to. Then we extradite God's process on the other. We end up finding Lady Emily stuffed in a random room, which we promptly unlock and take her with us. After taking out the Island Boys and finding Emily, we make our way back to Sammy, who for some reason just chills in the same spot until we're finished. But hey, I'm not complaining. Alright, on our way. After coming back from completing this grandiose mission with all sort of action, we have to talk to the Loyalists again, who need us to do something else before we can rest and take a load off. We were tasked to kidnap a scientist by the name of Anton Sokolov so we can interrogate him and find out more information about the people who framed us for the murder of the Empress. We show up and locate a cart that takes us to where Anton Sokolov is hiding out, which we have to power up with whale oil. Now that I'm mentioning it, I should tell you what whale oil is. In this world, the power source they use is extracted from whales and for some reason is highly explosive. Anyways, it is the main power source in this world, and is what we will use in most cases for something that uses power, such as the walls of light, or the towers, or etc. After finding Sokolov, we choke him out as soon as we can, due to the fact that we're not allowed to kill him in this mission. And we take him back to Sammy to ship him back to the Loyalists. After arriving back at base, we take a fat nap and get ready for the next day of chaos soon to be. In the morning, we find Sokolov in a cage where we use enhanced interrogation tactics to get information out of him. We learn that the Lord Regent's strongest supporter, Lady Boyle, is it Boyle?
Boyle.
We learn that the Lord Regent's strongest supporter, Lady Boyle, and her sisters are having a mass costume party, which we must attend and use our detective skills to find out which sister we need to put to sleep permanently. We arrive at the party in our usual attire, which is actually perfect for this mission, unlike every other instance where a masked man with a sword is running around, teleporting and being suspicious. We should be able to walk right up and... oh, well, that's it. Emmer. After getting into the party, we have to use various methods to find out which lady is the target we're after. Exploring around and searching for clues, we eventually found out which lady we need to put in purgatory and complete our mission. Side note, I want to mention the non-lethal option for this mission because in all honesty, it might be the least moral choice you can make in this game. After searching around the party, you run into Lord Brigsby, a man who confesses his love for Lady Boyle to you and gives you the ability to choose the non-lethal option I'm referring to. To complete this option, you must render the lady unconscious and bring her to this random masked man's boat, where he takes her and sails off into the night, for her to never be seen or mentioned again. Honestly, in this situation, it would probably be better for me to kill her than to give her to this random man, as she is unconscious. Look at Corvo being moral. Anyways, back to the story. We head back to base and now it's time. Lord Regent is as weak as he'll ever be and it is our time to strike. We make preparations with the loyalists and set sail to defeat the Lord Regent once and for all. And after that, we can celebrate with our friends who will not betray us. Will not betray us. Write that down. Remember that? Not betray us. Okay. We get dropped off by Sam below the area that we need to get to due to the number of guards that will be trying to get us in this mission. We swim up the very water gate that we came through at the very start of the game to infiltrate the towers that was robbed from us by the Lord Regent. Entering the tower, we see two guards talking to the Lord Regent on a screen. If we kill both of these guys, we can scare the living shit out of the Lord Regent, who realizes his demise isn't too far in the future. Sneaking our way around the tower, we reach a crossroads in decision making after finding our way into the broadcasting room, where we find a propaganda officer cowering away, scared to death of Corvo. He tells us that he has a confession from the Lord Regent that is locked away, and that we can either choose to get this confession and broadcast it, or we can continue on our way to... We return to the bar and find all of our friends waiting for us to celebrate the fall of the Lord Regent and the new rise of the Kingdom of Dunwall. We all have a toast and get ready to rest so we can continue rebuilding the... oh, we got poisoned. Who would have guessed? We wake up and hear our friends talking about the plan after betraying us to realize that we've been their lackey this entire time. Our boy Samuel tells us that he gave us a non-lethal dose of the poison, what a real one, and we'll wake up shortly on the way out of Dunwall. We awaken in a boat sailing along the Piss River with the sneaky ninja dudes from the start of the game. These guys are the Whalers, a group of assassins who wear gas masks from whale oil factories. That's how they got their name. Their leader is Daud, the man who laid the final strike that ended the Empress's life, and the man that we need to eliminate to get revenge. We get all of our stuff stolen and thrown into a pit, which seems like we'll never be able to escape from. Oh, never mind. We make our way around the flooded district, a rundown area filled with weepers and whalers and poisonous plants for some reason, and we find our way to Daud, and as we try to fight him, we find that he has also been marked by the Outsider. This allows him to outmaneuver our powers, unlike the other enemies in the game. After finally defeating him, we get the noble choice to spare him and let him live, as he regrets killing the Empress and stealing Lady Emily. Or... after getting Daud's key, we make our way to the sewers to escape, and we're off to find the men who betrayed us. We head back to the very bar that we were betrayed in to find our friends have been murdered. The fashion in which they are murdered depends on our chaos level. The chaos level is based on the amount of people you killed in the game so far. The higher the chaos level, the more rats and weepers show up in the levels. Basically meaning the more violent you are, the more violent and disgruntled the city becomes. After saving Piero and Sokolov, we make our way to Sam, and to the final level of the game, where we deal with our betrayers and save Lady Emily for the last time. Until the second game. Arriving at the evil island where Emily is being held, that sounds familiar, Sam confesses his feelings toward us on the way to the shore. This is where the chaos system comes in its most important role. If you had a low chaos rating to this point, the entire level is different from what it would be if you had a high chaos rating. The low chaos level is sunny and Sam is very nice and respectful to us. On the contrary, if we have a high chaos level, the path I chose, the weather is stormy and the sky is dark and Sam confesses his disdain for us. On arrival, he will fire a gunshot in the air to alert the guards of our arrival. Dude, come on, seriously? We make our way through the fort and take out Martin, or you could say watch Martin take out himself, and Pendleton, who we find lying on the floor in a pool of blood. He proceeds to mock us and hate on our game towards the Empress. We make our way to the lighthouse from the fort and find Havelock holding Lady Emily hostage on the edge of a bridge, threatening to end them both. We obviously don't let that happen. We save Lady Emily and live happily ever after. to be continued. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my content in the future. I had a really fun time making this video as I love Dishonored, and if you want to see a part 2 on the second game or have any game recommendations that you'd want to see a video on, make sure to leave a comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Love y'all.